I'd like to demonstrate a way of folding a feather. There are multiple ways of folding feathers, but I like this particular approach that Bill Hunter taught to me many, many years ago. I have a Whiting Farms hen cape here, and I've selected a feather off of that cape that I've begun to prepare by removing these barbs near the base of the feather. That particular part of the rachis tends to have a shape to it that doesn't allow the feather to roll up onto its edge. Once you get up into this section, that's the only way it just wants to stay on its edge. So this part down here is just determined to flip to the flat. This part is determined to flip up onto its edge. Once you get into that part of the rachis, that's the usable portion of the feather because it's going to lay on the edge of that rachis. I'm going to tie it in by the tip as a right-hand tire. I'm going to fold these barbs down and back. Here's the process. I find it easier to use a pair of hackle pliers to grab onto the feather. And I can grab like so, just serve as a handle for me. I'm going to take these upper barbs, push them over the top, and you'll notice that when I do so, because I want to fold those down and back, the bottom barbs down here are going to kick up. So I put my thumb in place to lock those back barbs over and behind. I'm going to form a bit of a U. I'm going to pull up on this end with the hackle plier, and I'm going to pull up on the tip of the feather and slide the rachis up against the edge of my index finger, like this. I'm creasing those barbs down 90 degrees. I'll grab a few more barbs, put my thumb in the front to flip the feather back over, slide that soft, sort of like a letter U, up the edge of my finger. And you can see that curve that I make with the letter U is what I'm describing. Do the same right here. Push those barbs over, slide it right up the edge of my finger, crease those barbs down. I would suggest you don't fold the barbs back. You're just trying to crease them 90 degrees down. Grab the feather in here, fold it on down and back. Continue doing that until you go as far up the feather as you want to, so that you end up with your feather folded looking like this. If you take your index finger and slide it on the back edge, you're actually going to feel a little coarse edge. I refer to it as feeling like a zipper. Put your thumb on the front and slide it back, and it's slippery. That's because you've creased these barbs down and back. Now you're ready to clip off the tip right here, tie in your feather, and wind it, and you're ready to go. I now have a feather folded. I've prepared the tip of the feather by cutting out the very tip so I've got a place to tie the tip of that feather in. I'm going to tie it in over a thread foundation that I made so that the feather doesn't slide out. I've got my thread counterwound so it tends to roll to the back instead of the eye of the hook, so the thread will lay right on the spot that I want it to. I'll go ahead and secure it down with about 3 winds of thread that are slightly separated. Now I'm ready to go ahead and wind my hackle. There are 3 ways that I would encourage you to consider for winding a folded feather. If you want the barbs to extend more vertically, you can wind it with hackle pliers so it puts some force on the feather and it'll tend to stay more vertical like that. If you want it to lay back a little bit further, wind it by hand but try not to let it go. It provides less pressure on it, but it'll sweep back a little further. What I'm going to show you is a way to do it so that it sweeps to the greatest degree, hinging on how much bulk you have in your body right here. If you want it to really sweep with a bulky body, you might tie it in a little further up so that the body doesn't influence the feather. So here's what I'm going to do. Every time I make a half wind, I'm going to let the feather go and I'm going to pinch it. I'm going to wind it toward me, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this side with my thumb and let it go. That way it's allowing it to sweep back into the new shape that I've created by creasing these barbs back and making that fold. Let me move my thread up and proceed on down toward the eye. Now, when you're ready to tie it off, a lot of different ways to approach that. You can strip these barbs off, or you can take your thread and slide it through the rachis of the feather. Notice what I'm going to do now with my right hand as the left hand comes up with the thread. You're less likely to trap barbs that way. Let's go ahead and make one more wind and trim off the hackle so we can see what we have. That's the look that I'm after with my folded feather.